mushroom peeps, it's Jewel here, and I wanted to do a little video on what to expect when you get a shipment of mushroom blocks. First of all, if you are like really new to mushrooms, which some of you are, when I first heard people saying that they were buying mushroom blocks, I'm like, but knew that they were growing like commercially or like selling them, I'm like, why would you be buying blocks? Because I associate it in my mind, blocks, as like those little like boxes that you buy from whoever, like the little grow at home kits, you know, that's what I assumed they were. And obviously they are not, or else I wouldn't be posting about them. So, you know, what they are pre-made blocks, like blocks that have been sterilized and spawned and colonized, for that matter, by someone else, someone other than yourself. So pretty much all you have to do if you're buying blocks from this point forward is to fruit them, or some people call it birth them, whatever you want to call it. So literally you just have to let the rest of the air out of the bag, fold it or whatever, and throw it in the grow. That's it. That's all you have to do. So saying that, there's a couple different business models. Some people, generally like myself, I do the whole process start to finish. Mix, sterilize, spawn, colonize, and then put it in the grow room, and then fruit it and harvest it and sell it. Generally I do the whole thing. When I was starting, I only bought blocks, and the reason I did this, and I've said this before if you've watched a lot of my videos, I did this because I wanted to know, I knew that I wanted to do at least 100 pounds a week in the beginning. So it would take me forever to get to the point of creating 100 pounds. Did I say 100 blocks? 100 pounds. 100 pounds per week on my own with the resources and the manpower that I had. So I bought most or all of my. I bought most of the blocks. I bought my blues and my shiitake, and then I spawned the sexy, the goldens, the lion's mane, the cinnamon caps, all that stuff. But I wanted like my bread and butter, I wanted that covered, which is the blues and the shiitake. So having said all that, let me go back here. I really should have my Earth Angel mushroom shirt on. I actually had it on the other day. I wanted to do a video on it, and the video never happened because stuff came up. So these are Earth Angel mushroom bags from TR. Shout outs. And these are 10-pound blocks. These are this right here is a blue. I'm gonna see if I can find a shiitake block, and I'll show you what that looks like. But this is a blue oyster block. So when it comes, actually, I'm sorry, it's not a blue gray. It's Lambert, lamb oyster is what it is. I even talked to the folks at North Spore, and I still call it blue. Some people call it gray. It's blue gray. If you want to get too technical, that's fine, but blue or gray is fine. Anyways, so when it comes, if you're used to growing and colonizing on your own, this bag fills with carbon dioxide. So the bag is generally pretty puffy. So they can't ship it like that. So what they do is they actually cut, with the box cutter or whatever, a knife, and let all the air out. So most of the air is out already. I was curious about that. The first time I got blocks and I'm going through the first couple, I was like, oh, some of them got cut by accident. No, it's on purpose to let the air out so that it can ship easier. But that's one less thing you have to do is cut the bags, let the air out. So pretty much from this point forward, all I'm gonna have to do is, fold the bag nice and tight. And how I've been growing them, or fruiting them I should say, in the chamber or the growing room, is flip them upside down and cut an X. Why do I do that? Because TR does it, and why do I need to reinvent the wheel? So do what you want, but that's what I do, at least with blues. So yeah, X on the cut X on the bottom. Fold this up nice and tight as you can, because otherwise, what happens if you don't fold it as tight as you can? They're gonna fruit. I've had, and I still do. It happens. So even the best of them, it'll happen, but you'll have some mushrooms fruiting from somewhere in the bag, like underneath, so you want them as much as possible fruiting up top. All right, so this is what a bag looks like. Again, this is a 10-pound bag. Some people grow with 5-pound bags. I do 10. A lot of the bigger commercial growers do 10. Why 10? It's because 10 pounds produces twice the amount of mushrooms, obviously, as a 5-pound block, but you're doing less work. You're doing much less work. So instead of grabbing, 25-pound bags, you're only grabbing 10-pound bags. The amount of bags, you're not going to use as many bags. You're going to use half the amount of bags if you just, do this. Putting the substrate in, spawning, you're going to do half as much. So we're trying to make things as efficient as possible. If you want to make things as efficient as possible, do a 10-pound bag. Enough said on that. What else? So something to know. Let me pull this camera closer. So this, actually first before I go in, this here is my awesome pickup truck. I should really show like all the dents and everything, but whatever. This is my beat up truck. I drive it all the time. It's either that or the Tesla. You know, I just roll. It doesn't, whichever. You'll see me in both. But anyhow, so this is a king bed though. It's an 8-foot bed, and so you can see how it is filled. Like the whole like first layer of the truck is filled up, and then I've just got 2 more on top. Now this is only 100 blocks. Okay, normally I get 200 blocks. I just needed 100 for him to hold me over because I'm in the process of this move and I can't spawn anymore. Or God, sorry, my goats. I know you can hear them. They're screaming for me because they see me. Bah! Hang on, guys. I'm doing a video. My bad. They love me. So, anyways, this is 100 bags right here. So each of those boxes has 10-pound blocks in there. They're heavy. They're 100 pounds. So you know, I always suggest when you're going to get a load, have a friend, you know, help you to unload it. Generally, you'll know the day that it's coming. You'll talk to the whoever the shipper is. You got to set up a time to either pick it up. It's always cheaper for you to pick it up from them than them to deliver to you, especially if you're in a residential area. If it's a business area and you have a loading dock, that's a whole other thing. So whoever you're buying blocks from, if you have access to a loading dock or a commercial property, tell them that, and it's always cheaper, or even more cheaper if you pick it up from them. So again, pickup truck. This is about how it looks for 100 blocks. And you know, if you have a smaller bed, a smaller pickup truck, that's fine. Just make sure you bring some straps so you can strap it down if you are picking it up yourself. Last thing, I'm gonna see if I can open up some shiitake. Let me find. So that's another thing. At least with TR, I've got a mix right here as blues and shiitake. I think they're like mixed half and half. So he'll write on the or whoever's boxing them for him will write on there, you know, lamb or shiitake, so you know what it is that you're opening up. So let me see. Here's Takis. All right. So here is one of TR's famous shiitake blocks. Why are they famous? Because they are hella good. They produce the heck out of some good shiitake mushrooms. I love them. So this is what the shiitake blocks look like. They're already browned. They're already starting to popcorn or whatever. So all I have to do is literally just cut up the bag. So he actually, when I went to St. Louis, he taught me a more efficient way than what I was doing. I don't know, taking forever trying to be petite about it. So what he does, and the quickest way probably, is you take your razor blade and cut across the bottom, like across the seam, and then take it and cut up that way. So, yeah. Now, of course, I'm doing this like standing up here. So cut it this way, that way. Oop. It's hard doing it with like not on a table. And that, and then get it out, free it, and that's it. Look at this beautiful thing. So, again, can't speak on other block providers, but these babies I know because I've been getting them ever since December or January, so it's been, you know, off and on for a few months now. This will be ready to fruit in 10 days. So 10 days from whatever day it is that you get these blocks in, write in your calendar that you're gonna have to harvest these shiitake. They're very, very like on point. Like you know, like don't be making different plans or don't be going to the beach or whatever, because these will be ready. And it's awesome to know exactly when they'll be ready, because you can, you know when to tell your chefs like, hey, I'm gonna have shiitake on whatever the date is gonna be for me. So it's just good to know. They're very predictable. So I think that's it. Just again, so you can get a visual of how many 100 blocks. And by the way, I could be speaking out of turn here, but generally I don't think that he ships, and probably most people ship less than 100 blocks. And I will tell you that in terms of shipping, it doesn't make sense to ship less than 100 blocks because the shipping can be a little expensive, especially going into summer. So if you just want, like 10 blocks or something, this isn't the place for you. The better place for you would be a place that like does like the home kits, or maybe you can contact a smaller commercial grower and they'll send you some just for 10. But generally it's like 100 or more. I gotta imagine at least 50 or more. So that's it. I hope this video on buying blocks has been helpful. If you watched all the way through here, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ask any questions. I've been bad on the comments or commenting back, but because I'm in the middle of this move, but I'll try to as soon as I can. I'm gonna do my Wakanda forever, but it's tough because I got the block in my hand. All right, take care, guys.